we don't do many flipped around videos, and not from this perspective anyway. So I want to say it's Saturday. Yeah, it's Saturday, and I have just finished. It's Saturday, and I have just finished the art card I've been working on. Woo! Wow. I didn't just break my ankle. Yeah, so I wanted to show you that this is my friend Shannon and John's front porch. And this is where we've been blessed to hang out, and I've been allowed to make some art. And this is the coziest little cottage in Tillamook. We call it the Roost. So
Greetings, fellow time travelers.
See, there's no better way to set the mood for what Snail Space should be than Malibu. In Malibu. So this video is going to be segment. I mean, it's all news, like what's going on with us. We hope it all makes sense by the end tomorrow. But we're coming to you live from Garibaldi tonight. Yeah. Do we have a picture of the glowing G? I don't know.
You have the video.
Oh, we have a... Oh. So we'll cut in with that. Oh, Garibaldi, oh, how we love thee. Never stand above me. Garibaldi. This is as good a song as anybody else can make up about a place that they've only been one other time. This is where we are. We're at the Garibaldi old-timey mill RV park. And I don't know if the video is showing it, but there's some fun atmosphere going on. Everything's brighter than it should be. Yeah, it's actually quite dark and moody and fun here. Bree is taking a shower at the front office, and I'm actually just waiting. I'm gonna do some drawing. We're staying way down there. Let's get to the Snail news.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah.
Ba-da-bum, bum.
If we're in Garibaldi, that means we're
no longer in the mountains.
That's right. We're no longer being hosted at our friends Shannon and John at the Roost at an undisclosed location in the mountains.
Right.
Other things that happened to us, I took the second step in my mental health and wellness journey. I saw the next person in the chain, and it was really, really uneventful. It was almost just like doing the first one all over again with a different person. But by the end of it, he's like, your life could be 8% brighter if you take this magic pill. And so I'm taking an antidepressant now. And I will let you know how I feel about that. Now, I can say, and I don't think it's just the drugs, that but statistically, since I've been taking the drugs, which is for 48 hours now, I've had 2 really great days. So, but that's just been really circumstantial. Thank you to, the Holy Spirit, the universe, that things are kind of working out in our favor. So, thank you for your prayers and, rubbing your worry stones and thinking about snails. And, yeah. So, why does that matter? Right after that, going to the doctor to that, we run a very efficient route because we're slow snails. If you know about spoon theory, we wake up and we don't have very many spoons. So what do you want to say about the next bullet point?
Well, you got some printing done.
I did.
We that took some time. That took some talking. That took some effort on Andrew's part. A couple of his spoons for sure.
Luckily, I can go snip, 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 and just edit it out. There was a lot of malarkey. But it got done. And in the end, it took one brave printing girl and her spunk and pizzazz. Yeah, I know how to handle your files. I know how to work the cutter. Maybe I should swing by and give her a tip because, yeah. So thanks to Printing Place.
We had been told by a few different people, including the wonderful people at CARE, to look into getting SNAP, EBT, food stamps. That we definitely would be eligible here, especially because we have OHP, which is Oregon Healthcare Plan. But ultimately got things sorted. Yes, you're good to go. Here's your card. You can use this immediately. And so we went to use it immediately, and it was declined immediately. And on our way back, we got a phone message explaining that we couldn't use that card.
On our way back up the mountain.
Yes, yeah. back up the mountain.
We're like, okay, well, I guess that's fine. But we still need to get these things, and then we'll go up the mountain.
On our way back up the mountain, we get a phone message which says that we have been given a duplicate number to someone else. And so both those people would need to return or through the mail get a new card. Well, we didn't plan to return to town, come back down the mountain for 2 more weeks. So it's been 2 more weeks, and we have since, which as of yesterday, come back down the mountain to get that sorted. Turns out the duplicate person was me, and the double number snafu was due to how we had signed up for OHP and how Oregon has what's called Oregon 1 eligibility, and the 1 stands for your medical, SNAP, your WIC, all of it, all connected. Yes. And because of that, when we had signed up for OHP, and I had been kind of the lead contact when we started talking about that, we already had a case file opened for DHS, and so when she went to put in this other one, it wouldn't go.
Oh, that's what she said. I created a duplicate case and a lot more work for the people in the back office.
So basically, all of that got sorted. All of it did get sorted. See? That's the important part.
That's the theme here.
We're very grateful. We're very thankful for it.
Then we went to Goodwill.
Yeah. The best Goodwill?
It felt like we had stepped into the Goodwill of the future.
The future Goodwill.
And it's not even things that were so flashy and like secret panels and robots.
It felt like a Walgreens.
That's not the future. Just like they had stepped up their game, really organized, really sterile. And I'm not talking about COVID, almost like Star Trek is what I mean. Like just clean and everything in its place and efficient, super friendly. And then I was led to the socks. And see, we're doing van life. And we're hippies. I don't know if you know that we're doing van life and that we're hippies. And this also might mean that I'm an adult. Maybe you can't be a kid anymore if you get excited about socks. Now I've been wearing really thick winter socks all winter, and practically up until 2 days ago, with some thick waterproof leather boots. And I have a spider bite on my foot, And so my feet have been angry. Angry feet. If you've ever had angry feet, you know what I mean. It's just the best way to put it. So then they're like, and we got some really nice socks here. And show them these first, because this is what led us on the journey. Show them these ones.
Well, I had found what you would call the fashion socks. And I got these. They say hardcore.
Yeah.
Avocado joke.
Avocado joke. No. And then what? Well, you can barely see it. We've changed the camera angle several times, even tonight. But I got a fabulous shirt, and I love this shirt. And I wore it out today. You'll see me kind of in a video or two with it. Pretty good. Yeah. I like it. So.
It's nice on you. I like it on you.
Here's a video of Garibaldi at night. And a picture I drew. So like I said, it's a weird night. Just a slight cool breeze, but otherwise it's kind of warm and clammy. And I'm going to be sitting here doing some drawing. And I want to tell you that right after that, this guy, who in my show notes, and ever since then, I've just been calling Bevers. If you've seen the show that we love, Broad City.
His name is Chris.
His name is Matt. Matt Bevers.
No, the guy. His name's Chris.
Oh, you know his name.
He introduced it.
Did you get
himself.
his Reddit handle?
It was, quote, shitty something. That's what I remember, is that it was shitty something. And I don't remember that part.
So
I didn't write it, so.
So Chris, so we met this new guy. He came up. This is totally a real story. So then all of a sudden I'm drawing, and yeah, I'll tell you that the back of my pants are a little brown now. My purple pants, because
Not because he met this guy.
Because over where you would have seen the trains in the last video, I sat on some logs. And I didn't know that they smelled great, but I didn't know that they'd been newly treated with like creosote or whatever they pump into them. And so I'm sitting up on these logs when this guy comes by, and he's talking to himself into his phone as he's walking with the flash of the camera on. So it's kind of odd. And then he sees me, and I'm sitting in my coat, and I'm sitting up there drawing. And again, here's what I drew. It's pretty neat. I inked it today. And he's like, oh, okay, you're drawing. Here's a person. He seems pretty cool. And so as I'm talking to him, I hand him an art card. This is one of the interactions I have. I mean, I hand a lot of people art talk. He's live streaming on TikTok as I'm handing him the art card. And then he turns to me and hands me, and across the train tracks here in Garibaldi, there's a Dairy Queen. He hands me his like mini fudgy cupcake thing. And he says, do you want this? He says, I haven't even had any of it. I've just been talking to my fans the whole time. And I'm like, oh, well. And so I took it, and I, swirl up some of it, and it's got the long Dairy Queen spoon. And so I kind of lay back, because I'm above him, up on the wooden blocks. I lay back and drip some off of the spoon so that it can go into my mouth, so that I can hand it back to him and have not touched anything. Like, I didn't touch your spoon or whatever. I didn't know he was going to give me the whole darn thing. I'm like, sure, I'll take a bite of your weird thing, whatever. He's like, no, man. I'm like, cool. He's like, you can keep that. Like, good. I mean, that sorts that out, because I was about to get real weird. He's like, yeah, consider it a trade, because you gave me art, and I don't really need that anyway. And I'm like, okay. And then right about then, Bree walks out of the bathrooms that you would have seen in the video. And so we talked for a couple seconds later, but Bree and I were able to share like a random ice cream drop into our lives because of not Bevers and the fact that he was streaming to his few fans. Now, he told me that later that night he was going to find someplace. He's a backpacker. That's the kind of dude he is. So he's going to live stream pretty much into the night and find a place to set up a tiny one-person tent. And that's just how he's living his life. So, yeah, the transient fun weirdos you meet when you're living in a van and on the edge of a beautiful RV park in Garibaldi.
So we woke up today, we took showers, and got our stuff loaded, and then we took the new prints that Andrew got to Kilch's Point, which is a beautiful hiking trail between Garibaldi and Tillamook. And so Andrew actually cut the corners on the cards, got everything all nice and neat and packaged up and ready to go. And then we got to take some fun photos in the actual hiking trail on a picnic table.
So, hey, folks, we're here at Kilch's Point, like I might have said before. And there's this place. Got to get used to walking the camera backwards. It's a little room kind of carved off the path. And Bree is back there. And I just absolutely love this place. So let's swing the camera around. Look at this little room. It's off the path. And Bree and I have been... Oh, look at you. You folded my coat. That's pretty. Bree and I have been gathering objects. And we are going to take product photos that'll go up on our Gumroad store for our newest art card. It'll be something like that. These are bundled because they're for sale already. But we'll be selecting one, and I imagine standing up on this table and taking some photos here in a second. Airplane, airplane, airplane. It's really important that I've been doing those hang exercises. I wasn't going to do this, but then I just realized that I could. I've just got done taking a picture, probably. I'm a take one picture kind of guy. And, but I want to show you the same perspective on video because I can. I could just zoom in on video. This is what the picture will be like. Very similar to, so. There you go. We're here in the woods taking pictures of the shit that we made. Well, we're done here. We just got done taking the picture that you'll see for the Be Softer With You. It could just be my new meds, but I'm really proud of my art today. And that's not something I say often. And I think that a lot of people take pride in the weirdest stuff that's kind of gross to have pride in. So I don't allow myself to be proud often. But, you know, I want it recorded on camera as a time capsule to myself. Ooh, look at that lady. that I happened today. Very few people out there are going to toot your horn. Sometimes you got to pay extra for that. The point is, teach them how to play your song. The actual reason why I wanted to record this little segment is because this art is about to go back in my purse, my pouch, my satchel. I can put it back on stream. My brother got me that for Christmas a couple years ago. I really like it. It's super, super practical. But most of the art that you buy from me lives with me, I was going to say steeped in our travels. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. So it walks around with me, it lives with me. I keep it clean. You're not going to get anything that's dingy or gross. So, yeah, I think that's actually another selling point. The fact that you know the card you're holding isn't just some it isn't just a mass-produced thing. They're all small batches, printed locally at whatever print shop that I can find that's good. And then it walks around with me here at Kilch's today. Yeah. If you buy now, then you can say that the art that you got walked around at Kilch's.
That's true.
That was our time at Kilch's Point this morning. After that, what did we do, Bree?
We went to Fred Meyer because we needed to eat.
Yeah.
We got food for this evening, but we also treated ourselves to some sushi.
That's right.
Fred Meyer has decent sushi. We had a nice amount.
Cold
case sushi.
Yep.
And it was tasty. It's not something we'll do every time. I know.
So yeah, we got sushi, and we took it to the park.
The park.
That's right.
The park formerly known as 9th Street Park.
9th Street Park. What is it now known as?
Coatesville
Park. All right. A friend of ours, Shannon, likes to go do some running and stretching there, and it just happened to be convenient to meet up with her there to give her the prints that, like I showed off in the video, she mostly commissioned me and really encouraged me to make this art. I mean, I have other art cards, but I had to encourage me to make those. I had to be the one who really cared. But along the way, she's, I want to see you make this. I want to see you develop this further. Man, to have that level of encouragement, I want to. Cool, I want to too. I'll do it. And so then in the end, she's said something along the lines of, I want to pay you money for your art. I want to see you be successful. I'm like, yeah, okay, thank you. Wow, okay, all right. Me too. Thanks. So, totally floored and humbled by that, but I had this little package I had to deliver of the first 20 going to her. And thankfully, because her son had just given me an art card that he had acquired in Portland, I had a sleeve that's slightly bigger than the sleeves that I use that could fit all 20 that I was just able to give back to her. So it was very nice. Yeah. So we met up with her at the park, and we ate our sushi in the park. And then, right around the corner from the park,
almost literally right around the corner.
Like literally around the corner from the park, was the YMCA. And part of our van life strategy, and our mentors have really been harping that we need to adopt this. And I'm going, okay, yeah, all right, whatever. But we finally did it. We went to the YMCA and we saw about getting a membership. Why? Because CARE mentioned it to us, several other people. Oh, you should get a membership at the Y. And when enough people say it, I'm like, fine, let's look into it. Well, it also solves potentially, and the reason why they say that as a van lifer you should go get a Y membership,
or any gym membership, but
yeah, is so that you can have access to a shower. Now, we've been staying here at Garibaldi, beautiful Garibaldi. Thank you to the old mill, beautiful Garibaldi. Mm-hmm. And they have great, very nice showers. I don't know about you, Bree, on the women's side of the showers, but when I walk in to the men's side, all I smell is fresh paint and like industrial glue, and it really is like comforting. Clean. Yeah. It could smell like so many worse things.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, this has been
renovated.
Very clean.
It's
clean. Yeah. And so it's smart to have a YMCA membership. I think that in the van life formula, not knowing where you're going to be able to get a shower, because we could stay at several campsites for 14 days at a time, but not getting a shower can be gross. Yeah, so being able to go to this YMCA, being able to, she told me, go to any YMCA in Oregon's, they have to make a phone call to your home YMCA. So yeah, in the theme of being part of a club and joining a club, and we recently tried to go to an Elks campground, and I called the lady ahead of time, and she's like, well, you got to be a member of the Elks Lodge. And I'm like, okay, well, how does one do that? She's like, you don't do it overnight, honey. It's not a quick thing. I'm like, okay. She's like, you got to go and you got to get a sponsor. You got to know someone. You got to get a sponsor. You got to sign up for this thing. And then there's an initiation. I don't think that you can become a member tonight. I'm like, all right, fine. We go to YMCA. We tell them, hey, we are of limited means and we're transient's the word we've been using on purpose. And so they start getting us the scholarship paperwork for giving someone of limited means a price break to get a YMCA membership as a couple. I'm like, great. But then it's getting hairy because they want us to explain, where do we get our income from? Viewers like you. Thank you. So, because of that, they're like, well, maybe you could take a screenshot. Maybe you could show, like, bank statements. Maybe you could show us old taxes. And I'm like, very Ron Swanson inside. Like, I didn't giggle when he's like, show you my taxes. I'm not doing that. No. But then somewhere along the line, OHP gets mentioned again. So OHP has been really good to us in a lot of ways. Thank you to Oregon. Thank you to the compassionate people that thought that up and made it a thing. Because then he's like, oh, you have OHP? Well, let's just not do all of this. Let's not get you a scholarship. Let's just sign you up under OHP because then they pay for 66% of your membership. Thank you for OHP being able to help us stay healthy. Mm-hmm. Snail Space, speaking of clubs, Snail Space is a nightclub. That's right, we're night chickens. We stay up late. We have fun late.
Late fun.
Late fun. Why? Because we can't help it. Our brains are wired different. I won't say wrong anymore, but our brains are wired different. And so our muse tends to arrive around 2, 3, 4 a.m. And I say all that because we're making this video right now. Tomorrow, when you're seeing this video, we will have done some things. Uploaded it from the library, hopefully. Edited it together so you could see it, hopefully. But what are some of the other things we got to do tomorrow before we go to Portland?
Number one, and the reason we'll be waking up earlier than I want to, is our second round of vaccination shots.
That's right.
Circle, circle, dot, dot, gonna get my cootie shot.
So tomorrow we're going to get our vaccines.
Tomorrow we're getting our second dose of our vaccinations. We're going to get the oil and fluids changed in the van. All of this to prepare for bumbling towards the land of ports. That's
right. If you look on Google Earth, there's a big old mountain between us and that. And I mean bumble. Like staying in the right lane, driving real slow and safe, granny style bumble. Like I'm going to be putting some, we don't have it here, but we have some bright orange duct tape. Bright pink. We have some bright pink duct tape. And I'm going to put it on some stripes on the back of the van and make sure that it stands out even more in traffic so that people give us a wide berth. Yeah. Why are we going to go to Portland?
We're going to do another house sitting.
Yeah. It wasn't what we set out to do, but I was thinking today after I picked the back lock for the third time here in the van. That happened. We had to pick it 3 times. So I got to thinking snail space kind of makes sense if we want to make that about house sitting. Yeah. Snails in houses and your house on your back for all the right reasons we were already talking about. And then it's in a space, and we'll treat your space right, and we'll genuinely love your pets, and we'll feed them too, and we might feed you. Here's footage of a dog. We love Indy. So yeah, because we're trying to expand the bubble of weirdos that we know, we want to go towards Portland because everybody tells us Portland is weird. Hopefully our kind of weird. Hopefully the good kind of weird. And we say all that because we've been to Portland a couple times. But we're going to go meet someone new and learn more about the culture of Portland.
The weird culture of Portland.
So we'll be staying in the Portland area, house sitting for 4 or 5 days. And then through contacts we will have made there and other resources we've got, like freecampsites.net, we will have picked out some places to be able to lay low and enjoy Portland because, again, we're hippies, so we like the nature and the hiking and the parks. Yeah, so if we can do it safely, that is, maneuver the van through traffic, it's another reason why we want to go in the evening tomorrow. So that's why we say we're going to bumble towards Portland, because we're going to get kind of halfway there, see if there's a rest stop, chill, have a picnic. Snail space. Slow. We go slow. We don't go fast. It's not cheetah space. It's snail space. Turtle space would be almost too fast.
Yeah, because they're bigger.
They're bigger. It's like a snail on a turtle, and then it's turtles all the way down from there. Here's a sticker I want to make.
Isn't it great?
I can see it in my brain. All right, so hopefully by the end of this, and boy has it been long, but it's been fun. So if we've gotten the footage to work, then you've seen by now that making these art cards, giving them to your friends, that's how we're surviving. Then the compassionate healthcare system, and we say healthcare because apparently it's all connected. So the compassionate OHP healthcare system here in Oregon, thank you so much. We're still trying to officially move to Oregon, settle down somewhere, but we're not looking to not live in a van either. We want to upgrade in time. We need to fix our van. We need to go back towards Eugene. And if you know anything about our van life problems, our electrical problems, which we've talked about in other videos, those are still persistent. That's why we say we're going to bumble towards Portland. So yeah, viewers like you literally can show off this video, and it's why we want to produce it and edit in the fun stuff and not just have you look at us being in a van for 45 plus minutes. So you are really the only cheerleaders, helpers, champions, evangelists, alkalites. Yeah. You're the only one who can nudge your friend and say, hey, these guys are kind of cool. You should check them out. Or, I just bought you one of their art cards. Yeah. All the stuff on our site averages $8 and is also then pay what you want. That way, if you want to pay more. We want to give you art. Now, there are some people that for reasons we don't understand, even after maybe a video like this will change their mind. They'll see what we do and all that goes into it. And But there are some people who they want to help, but they don't want art. And so here are some links that you can donate directly to. We've been staying in Garibaldi for a few nights. And, it's $30 a night. And luckily we've got some savings. But in addition to needing to have the van repaired, it's art. It's music. It's storytelling. It's coaching. It's sharing our experiences. It's in-kind donation. All of these are the ways that we're surviving. I don't make any bones about it. I'll gladly tell you anything about myself. And so, thank you. That's the other thing we want to say. It's been working so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of people like you, we've been able to do this for 9 months. When it was really scary before, and we weren't sure if we were going to be able to do it at all. But because of great hosts and people who see the kind of weirdo that we are, and they take a chance on us, and they got some faith like we do in human decency, and yeah, I mean, we're making it happen. So let's keep making it happen, and we're going to keep making art. And we're only going to get weirder, and you're only going to get cooler, and we're only all going to get more creative together. So, how do we like to put a button on these?
Breathe well.
Drink water.
Stay curious.
And contemplate love.
Tell me, how can I get over you when your kisses taste like Malibu?
There's no better audio test anyone could ask for.